Yeah, well, not too happy about this. This is what I saw when I logged in. So, if you don't know, here, let me get my boots on at least. Yeah, it's not quite the same. But yeah, if you don't know, I've had the Alex character model for a long time. Since Alex was introduced a few months ago, Mojang made a second character model with thinner arms. So they're 3 pixels wide instead of 4 like Steve has. And Alex here has a different default skin too, which is, I believe, a girl, right? Or a guy with long hair. Anyway, and when they introduced Alex, they randomly gave people that character model, and I was one of the lucky people. And for a while, I couldn't change it. I think I can now, but I can't figure out how to. Um, so yay. I think I have to, like when I go to the site, it says I'm Steve, or it has Steve selected by default. So I think I have to re-upload my skin maybe and select Steve. I don't quite understand it. Um, but yeah, if skin servers ever go down, or if my internet is down, like it is currently, I become Alex. So I'll have to try figure this out. Okay, so let's jump into the future a few hours together. My internet's back up. I got my normal skin on. I did do the upload, or I re-uploaded my skin while Steve was selected, and a couple hours have passed, and yes, my arms are still 3 pixels wide, so I'm still Alex. I don't know what to do. There's no, it's very strange. There's no like confirm changes button on the form. So yeah, forever an Alex, I guess. Oh man. Well, let's forget about that. Let's get into our episode here. I have worked on the Simon Says. Well, it's actually. I've been informed it's called Simon, not Simon Says. I had a Simon game when I was younger, and everybody always called it Simon Says. So that's just what I assumed it was. But apparently it's called Simon, the memory game. And been trying to solve the next problem we're having here. So we have this memory array here. It'll be like 30 to 40 droppers when we're done. When you start out the game, the sequence starts at 1, right? You just got to remember one thing, then it builds up to 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to however many is the end of the game, right? The thing is, when we're at the very start, when it's at 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever, the chain is very short. And there's a lot of blank spots. Like a lot of these droppers will be empty. And when we want to like start the sequence over, we have to move those items through all those empty droppers. And since we have to do this thing where we delay all the droppers, like 3 or 4 seconds to delay them all, um, you do the math on that, 30 times 3 seconds, for example, it's going to take a minute and a half to do one sequence, or to run through one sequence at the very start of the game. Um, that's a problem. It technically will work, but I'm going to call that a fail. So had to come up with a new method, and I experimented with it in creative. It was going good for a while, but I hit another wall, unfortunately. But we'll just check that out real quick, and then we'll probably do something else. So let's jump into creative. So this is my new Whoa. I don't know if you heard that, but my elbow just bumped my glass of water, and it was spinning. It almost fell, dumped all over my desk. I should move my record key. Yeah, so this is what I came up with, everybody. I decided to use hoppers instead of droppers. The advantage they have is items can flow freely through them. The disadvantage is I have to very precisely lock them. Otherwise, items are going to bunch up or skip spots or stuff like that. So this is the other thing, though, that's really cool about this. I came up with this idea here. So if we, for example, had red clay in here, it would flow to the front here. As soon as it enters here, this detects it and then locks the whole thing. right? So that stops items from flowing. And then I have like a release gate here. When I push the button, it allows one item to move up a spot. It's timed very precisely. And if it's the end of the chain like that was, because it's the very first one, it will go all the way around, and then when it gets back to the front again, it stops automatically. So that's really, really cool. I thought I was onto something. So if we do red, red, blue, yellow, let's throw green in too as an experiment. If we press this, red jumps ahead one spot. Now it should be, oh, see, it should have been red, red, but it skipped a spot, so we have issues with this design. Yeah, so basically the problem with this is just the way items move through the hoppers. Like we have it all locking and releasing the items at the exact same time. You would think the items would move through here equally, right? That's not the way it works. So if we, for example, have red, green, blue, the game might actually decide to move the green first because it has to pick one of them to start with. Even though they're all moving in the exact same frame, in the game, logically, it has to pick one. And it might decide to move the green first, and then it goes into the second spot, and then the red will maybe move. But now we have this empty spot, and the next time we move the blue, which will be here, when it moves, it's going to go into that front spot. This green one's going to get stuck there forever, or until something else messes up. So we need to precisely time these hoppers so they activate in the right order. So I came up with this, and it also has a problem. So, man, there we go. Like non-stop rain in this world, I tell you. So it's red, red, blue, green, yellow. Okay, got it precisely timed. Every time we press this, it moves ahead one spot. So red. Now it'll be red, red. And red, red, blue. Red, red, blue, yellow. And I forget already. No, yellow is at the end. Should be green, yellow. We have 5 items in here. I've pressed this 4 times. So red, red, blue, green. Last one is yellow. When it's at the end of the chain, or the end of the sequence, it'll reset to the start and skip all those empty spots. So it just takes a moment. Way less than a minute and a half, though. It's like 5 to 10 seconds. And then it should be red, red, blue, green, yellow again. But for some reason, in this spot, it decides to bunch them up. Even though it's basically exactly the same here as the rest of the thing. As far as I can tell, there's no errors in timing. Let's see, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so it's, for some reason, the game decides right here to mess it up. I don't know exactly what's going on, and I'm tired of thinking about it for today, so we will just forget about this for right now. This is the idea I want to play around with today, though. I think this is going to be fun. So this is an idea for a sheep farm. Woohoo! We're going to go try build this at the amplified base, something like this. The idea is sheep can actually eat grass when they're in a minecart and on a track. So we can keep these guys on a track and have them go around in a loop. And when they get to a spot, shoot them up like this and shear them. Alright everybody, so here we are at the amplified base, and I looked around for a while trying to find a good spot for it. I think I might put it up over here. It has a very small footprint, like we just need like a 3x3 hole basically, and then we can hide the rest of it underground, like where the sheep actually stay. So we might put it here. The only downside of building here is how do we get the sheep into the farm when we're way up in the mountain? That's going to be the toughest part of this whole thing. Unless we build it down lower, but I didn't really see any spots that stood out to me, so I think we'll put it here. So my plan is we'll probably pick a new spot. Darn it, the track is there. Ah, Yeah, we gotta find a new spot. Okay, well, I've been running around this place for like 15 minutes trying to find a spot. It actually, I don't know, it's really tough to find a spot around here because it's all open. There's not a lot of walls or corners around. Um, but I picked this spot over here. I think it'll work. It doesn't look very good right now because the area is undeveloped, but we'll try and make it work. So we got a 3x3 hole. Um, and then what we'll do is we'll like build the actual sheep farm down here. This is where they'll stay, and minecart track will take them to this spot, and then we'll have a. Oh, where are my pistons? Uh-oh. We'll have a slime block launcher thing. I must have put them in the chest up here. Whoop. And this actually probably isn't going to be very difficult, if I'm not mistaken. We might not need to control it at all. Like, we could just have minecarts all over the place bouncing around, and they should make their way to the launcher. You know, I think I might have planned this wrong. I might need to go up one more block. We should figure this out for sure, actually. So let me... oh, now I need a minecart. At least I think I do. Maybe not. Let's just see how high this launches us. That doesn't seem right. Wait a second. Huh. That seems very short. I'm going to get a minecart just to be sure. Let's see, let's get back up here. I did bring minecarts. This is very... You know what would be nice here is some ladders. Never underestimate ladders. They are amazing. Alright, let's grab one of these. I just want to make sure the sheep get launched high enough before we build this whole thing. Otherwise, it's going to be a big problem. So, I want the minecart to go above the surface here, at least. Oh yeah, I think that was perfect actually. So we actually need to build up one block, I think. Okay, here, let's take a moment to figure out how this is going to work. So I made sort of a loop here. We're going to have about 10 to 20 sheep down here, I figure. And basically, they'll go in a minecart up to the launcher. They'll get launched up, and then we don't want to just send them back because then they'll be in the front of the line. We want them to like get out of the way, right? Because we'll shear them, and they need time for the wool to regrow, and we want the next sheep to come up that has wool. So we'll probably want like a piston to push the minecarts out of the way onto the second track over here. Well, not second track, but you know what I mean. Push them out of the way. Get out of the way, sheep. You have no wool. We don't want you anymore, type of thing. Alright. And we'll need a detector rail to figure out when to launch the sheep. No! I hate when this happens. I'm stuck. There we go. Okay, so we'll probably run the wire just underneath here for right now. This is just temporary. Don't give me a hard time. You know, I do this thing where I put my redstone wiring on stone brick, and if I don't do it now, they're like, Etho, you broke your rule. Go fix it. And even if it's temporary wiring, sometimes I get that, and it's like, you know, I choose to do this. You can't tell me what to do with my redstone wiring. Okay, so that launched it up. Oh, but then it didn't. You know, it might need more delay. Let's try that again. If we gave it more time... Oh, that time it was good, actually. Because we want it to fall perfectly straight down again, if possible. Okay, maybe I wonder if we bumped it the first time, or why didn't it work? Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. So if there's a sheep in there, this piston will actually push them, I think. Because, can we test that if I'm in here? Oh, man. This is where I really need help. Okay. Is it because... No, that did not want to move me. That's gonna be a problem, isn't it? I'll have to think about this. Alright, this is going to be a bit tricky. We can move the minecart if it's down there. The problem is if we put a piston there, we have another issue. The slime block doesn't go down, it sticks to that piston. So that's not gonna work. We gotta move it up at least one, like I wanted. The thing is, we're gonna have to time this so that as the minecart is falling down, it will push it in mid-air, I think, which is not going to be fun. Or maybe it'll be easy, I don't know. We'll see. So let's just try get some delay going on this circuit. Let's see, we gotta run. Let's try about a second delay. See if that works. Oops. Yeah, and we'll run that just to... Did I just break that with my shovel? That stone? Am I seeing things? I thought for sure that's what just happened. Okay. Oh, we need way longer delay. We need like 3 or 4 seconds. Okay, this is pretty cool actually. I thought we would have to be extremely precise with the timing on this, but what happens is the minecart seems to bounce on the slime block quite a bit. So it's like in between 2 blocks, and we have a lot of flexibility here actually. Not that it matters much, I just thought it was interesting. Oh, so that's too short. If we do that, we want it as quick as possible still. Yeah, so that's about right. And we'll want to push it onto a downward slope track if possible. So now this man, I really wish these slime blocks are so sticky. They stick to everything. Like if I have a track here, it's gonna get stuck on that now, right? Yeah. Okay, so I decided to go down. We got a slope track there. It should bring them up here, and then we want it to go back into the loop. So let's run this over to here, and oh, we need another one of these. Okay, so now we got to do the spam minecart test. If we have a bunch of minecarts going here, what happens when they start bumping into each other? Because with just one, it's perfectly fine. Okay, so let's get a few more going. I'm kind of hoping they'll just like bounce around and everything will be okay. But that is not the case. So we will have to set up some sort of gate to block them. I don't think this is gonna work, but we'll try it. This is very simple. I just threw a piston down here. When they go over the detector rail, this will go up, and it should stop any more from going through for at least a second or two. Does that work? Oh, that's weird. What happened here? Oh, is this sticking to something? Oh, I shouldn't have put that block there, I guess. Aha! You know, I was trying to fill in all the holes and make it look nice, and then breaks everything. So let's try again. So, yeah, this is activating way too soon. And it's messing up the minecart. Let's try it again here. I moved it 1 block away from the detector rail, so it shouldn't mess up the minecarts. Good. Good. Very good. Okay, good. Now, let's spam minecarts and see if we have issues. So they will get stuck on that. I'm kind of hoping if we get a bunch of minecarts bouncing around, they will bump it free. They don't seem to be moving it, though. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh. Because keep in mind, there's going to be 20 minecarts bouncing around. Oh, this is getting nasty. I might need to put a lot more control in this whole thing. I was hoping, like, we could be pretty loose with it and it would work, but they're bunching up and they're stacking on top of each other. And although if there was a sheep in that minecart, that wouldn't have happened there. But because this minecart would have bumped into it and bounced back. Alright, we got a few things to work out here. I am unfortunately out of time to record for today, though, so I'm going to wrap up this episode. If you have ideas, let me know, but we might need to do this a bit more fancy, a little bit more well thought out by the looks of it. Maybe even pick up the sheep with minecarts and drop them off in places, I'm not sure, or make a holding pen for each sheep and then pick them up nicely and move them one at a time, or with precise timing, I'm not sure. Because I guess it doesn't really make sense to have them moving around here all the time either. It would get annoying listening to the minecarts all the time. Oh. Whoa! I almost never see that happen, and it just happened when I started recording here. That is awesome. Like, I'll walk by and I'll see the flaming arrows, but to actually see them shoot out of the eyes is very rare. Yes, so here we go, guys. I picked out 2 comments for today. The first one says, Etho, it would probably just be easier to predetermine the entire sequence before each game. This is in regards to the Simon game, the memory game. Like, have one dropper with one of each color below a hopper and activate them all, 40 or however many turns you want. When I... Oh, where's his name? No, his name's not on here. There's no other page? Oh, I'm sorry. This is Patrick that said this. I don't know why your name didn't show up. I'm sure I put it in. Yes, let's blame something besides my own faults. Copy paste doesn't work in this for some reason. I don't know. I was sure I put it in though. This is a great idea. Thank you, Patrick. My jaw dropped when I read this. It's like, oh yeah, why didn't I think of that? So this is probably what I'll end up doing. I think it's great. Thank you for that. That's like, instead of like figuring it out after every sequence, a new random thing, just figure it out all beforehand, and that way you don't have to worry about it later, which I think is a great idea. Second comment, episode 400 is nearing. Bum, bum, bum. Yes, oh man. I can't believe we're almost at 400 episodes here. That is a big number. 400 episodes. Usually I like to do something special every 100 episodes as well. So typically it's like a world tour or something, but we just did one of those recently, if I'm not mistaken. So we need ideas for episode 400. And I would prefer it if you told me what to do. I don't like figuring out what to do every 100 episodes. You guys tell me this time, okay? I'm going to look at the comments. If you have ideas, if there's anything crazy or special you want me to do for episode 400, let me know. Otherwise, I'll have to try to think of something. Because I can't just, like... World tours are easy. I like doing world tours. But if we just did one, it doesn't feel quite right. And since we always do them, maybe they're not special anymore. I don't know. But yeah, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.